2025 is wrapping up, and let's be real, some actors walked into this year with zero intention of giving us a break. They kept winning all year, trending, filming, promoting, dropping hit after hit like it was nothing. If you've been wondering who completely owned K-drama in 2025, buckle up. These are South Korea's most in-demand actors of the year, in no particular order. Did your favorite make the list? 18. Jung-suk. Jung-suk reminded everyone what real star power looks like this year, and it all centered on My Daughter is a Zombie. Based on a popular webtoon, this family zombie comedy premiered in July and absolutely exploded. He plays Lee Jung-hwan, a single dad trying to protect and train his zombie daughter. Critics praised how he balanced heart, horror, and comedy, pulling off emotional beats while surrounded by chaos. The numbers were massive. Biggest single-day presale of 2025, largest Korean opening of the year, and the biggest ever for a Korean comedy. Fastest film to hit 1 million, 2 million, and 3 million viewers. By mid-August, it passed 4 million, making it the top Korean box office hit of 2025. Media crowned him the summer box office king, and honestly, he earned every bit of it. Award season matched the hype. He started the year with a Best Actor win at Baeksang for Pilot, a gender-bending comedy that pulled over 4.7 million viewers. My Daughter is a Zombie earned major Blue Dragon nominations, including Best Actor, and won Audience Choice for Most Popular Film. He also took Best Actor at the Golden Cinematography Awards and scored another nomination at Bill, one of the strongest awards runs any Korean actor has had in years. His promo tour filled Korean media, especially after he shared how much the film's father-daughter theme hit home now that he's a parent. Then came the final headline. He and wife Gummy are expecting their second child. Perfect timing for a film built on a father's love. 17. Son Ye-jin. Son Ye-jin is that name that stays loud even in silence. In 2025, that held true. Even without a K-drama this year, she stayed at the center of conversations. The reason? Her return to film with no other choice, her first movie in 7 years, and her first major project as a new mom. After stepping back for marriage and motherhood, the industry had been waiting, and she chose a bold way to come back. A prestige collaboration with Park Chan-wook, the director behind The Handmaiden and Oldboy. This wasn't a safe rom-com return, this was Son Ye-jin betting on herself at the highest level. From casting news to set photos, headlines tracked her every move. Media called it her second chapter. Her appearance at the Venice International Film Festival became a major moment. Cameras everywhere, red carpet domination, global press coverage. Then she capped the year with a Best Actress win at the Blue Dragon Film Awards, proving she came back swinging. And she's not slowing down. Next year brings Scandals, a Netflix historical romance with Chang-wook that's already shaping up to be one of 2026's most anticipated dramas. Son Ye-jin's second act is just getting started. 16. Kim Woo-bin. In 2025, Kim Woo-bin was everywhere. Netflix, YouTube, brand campaigns, award shows. He fully reclaimed his spot as one of Korea's most in-demand leading men, and did it with style. The centerpiece was Genie, Make-A-Wish, his Netflix fantasy rom-com with Suzy. This wasn't just any project. It came with powerhouse names. Writer Kim Youn-suk, director Ahn Gil-ho, plus the long-awaited reunion with Suzy nearly a decade after Uncontrollably Fond. His role as a jaded, wounded genie let him twist his usual cool charisma into something funnier, softer, and more fragile. Netflix pushed it worldwide as one of their top rom-coms of the year. But the real wave came from his promo run. He went all in on promotions, something fans hadn't seen from him in years. He showed up on variety shows like Pingyego with Yoo Jae-suk, Young Taro, and Ferry Jae-hyung, revealing a witty, chaotic, unexpectedly adorable side. Korean media called the reaction explosive, and every appearance produced viral clips. Fans couldn't get enough. He stayed visible across the board. Presented at the Blue Dragon Film Awards, stood alongside Korea's A-listers, reopened fan engagement with his first fan meeting in 5 years, which sold out immediately. Then flew to Thailand as guest of honor for Ralph Lauren Purple Label. Brands kept calling. The numbers backed it up. In November, he ranked number 2 in the Drama Actor Brand Reputation Index, solidifying him as one of the most searched and commercially powerful stars of the year. He's already secured his next lead in TVN's 2026 Youth Sports Drama gift. 2025 also marked a personal milestone. Kim Woo-bin announced he's marrying Shin Min-ah after 10 years of dating. a moment celebrated across the industry and by fans worldwide. 15. Cho Yi-hyun. 2025 was Cho Yi-hyun's breakout into full leading actress territory. It started with Head Over Heels. This wasn't just another cable drama, it was a Studio Dragon series, a Prime Video global release, and a webtoon adaptation with a ready-made fandom. She played Park Seong-ah, an ordinary student who secretly works as a shaman trying to rewrite her first love's tragic fate. The drama performed #1 in its time slot with solid nationwide ratings. Once it dropped on Prime Video, international viewers followed fast. But the real shift was the buzz. For weeks, Head Over Heels sat at #1 on Good Data's most buzzworthy dramas, and she was a main reason why. By August, Cho Yi-hyun became the #1 most buzzworthy drama actress in Korea, outranking veterans who've been in the game for years. Brands moved quickly. She fronted Reebok's Vector 93 campaign, solidifying her status as a Gen Z trend leader. And she kept building. As the drama hype settled, she booked her next major project, Six Lying College Students, a Korean Film Council-backed mystery film with a lineup of rising talents. That's the growth curve you want to see. Hit drama, major brand deal, award-level buzz, and a bold film next. In 2025, she closed the year not as a rookie, but as one of Korea's most in-demand actresses stepping into her prime. 14. Go Youn-jung. Go Youn-jung jumped from promising to everywhere this year. She stopped being the pretty rookie from Alchemy of Souls and Moving and stepped into full IT actress status. It began with Resident Playbook, TVN's long-delayed hospital playlist spin-off that turned into spring's sleeper hit. The drama started solid, then climbed into impressive territory. In Seoul, it passed 9%, huge for a non-romance medical spin-off. Critics loved her. International press loved her. Korea couldn't stop talking. For weeks, Resident Playbook held the #1 spot on the buzzworthy drama list, and Go Youn-jung ranked #1. One among all drama actors from mid-April to early May. She entered nationwide brand reputation rankings at #4 overall and stayed in the top 30 long after the drama ended. She didn't slow down. Her next lead was already set. Can This Love Be Translated? A 2026 Netflix romantic dramedy from the Hong sisters. It's her first major rom-com lead, and the combination of Netflix, the Hong sisters, and Go Youn-jung has the K-drama world on standby. Meanwhile, fashion claimed her fast. She's a Chanel ambassador appearing at Paris shows and headlining campaigns. On the serious side, she received a Minister of Culture commendation at the Korean Popular Culture and Arts Awards, a state-level honor for artists who meaningfully contribute to Hallyu. That's not an up-and-coming award. In 2025, Go Youn-jung became the actress everyone wanted, on screen, on billboards, and on the global stage. 13. Joo Woo-jin. Joo Woo-jin quietly took over the entire industry this year. He became the go-to guy, the actor producers call when they need a fixer, a scene stealer, or the anchor who keeps a project grounded. And he pulled off a full hat trick across theaters, streaming, and prestige film. First, Boss, his biggest mainstream lead yet, and a true Chuseok box office win. He plays Soon Tae, a gangster who just wants to run a Chinese restaurant instead of a crime ring. The film premiered at Busan, dropped in October, opened at #1, and crossed 2 million admissions in 10 days. One of Korea's biggest commercial hits of the year. Critics praised him as the emotional core under all the comedy chaos. For an actor long known for supporting roles, this was the leading man moment people had been waiting for. Then, The Match. Right after a commercial success, he shifted straight into prestige. The Match became one of 2025's most acclaimed films and the awards magnet of the season. Next, Mantis on Netflix, a global assassin thriller set in the Kill Bok-soon world, co-starring Im Si-won and Park Gyu-young. He brought quiet menace and seasoned presence, exactly what Korean press highlighted in every production briefing. A Netflix original in a known franchise meant instant international reach. In October, Joo Woo-jin ranked #1 in Korea's brand reputation rankings for movie stars, beating Sun Ye-jin and Hyun-bin. When you outrank names that big, you're not just having a strong year, you're the actor everyone's watching. 12. Suzy. Suzy dominated streaming, owned fashion headlines, and still lined up prestige projects. In 2025, she ran 2 lanes at full speed. The centerpiece was Genie, Make-A-Wish on Netflix. This wasn't a simple rom-com return, it was a Kim Youn-suk fantasy series directed by Ahn Gil-ho, and one of Netflix Korea's biggest launches of the year. She plays Ki-ka-young, a cold, emotionally shut-off woman whose life unravels after she accidentally wakes a chaotic genie played by Kim Woo-bin. The response was massive. The drama debuted at number 5, jumped to number 1 on Netflix's global non-English chart, and pulled 8 million views in a week. In Korea, it topped Good Data's Buzz rankings. Suzy hit number 1 most buzzworthy drama actor, with the drama at number 1 overall. For weeks, she was the most talked-about actress in the country. Then came her film comeback, 7 O'Clock Breakfast Club for the Broken-Hearted, a healing romance that premiered in competition at Busan International Film Festival. Her future slate proved how in-demand she really is. On Disney+, she leads Portraits of Delusion, playing a 1935 Gyeongsong vampire opposite Kim Seon-ho, a period mystery backed by Showbox. She was also reported to be reviewing the lead in Men of the Harem, potentially playing Empress Latil in a palace politics fantasy. 2 high-concept, high-scale projects lined up before the year even ended. Fashion was a whole other chapter. Suzy stayed deep in her Celine era as global ambassador. From campaigns to Paris Fashion Week, she became one of the brand's defining faces and helped turn the runway into a Korean media event. 11. Kang Ha-neul. If 2025 needed a mascot for booked, busy, and somehow still smiling, it was Kang Ha-neul. Korean media gave him an official nickname, Monthly Kang Ha-neul, because it genuinely felt like he had a new project every month. And honestly, he earned it. While most actors are happy with 1 or 2 major roles a year, Kang Ha-neul dominated every sector at once. He started with Streaming, a tense thriller where he played Korea's #1 true crime YouTuber hunting a serial killer live. Then came Yadong, The Snitch, a crime drama that became one of Korea's major box office performers and entered awards conversations, his first big Chungmuro hit of the year. A month later, he shifted gears with Tastefully Yours, a food romance on ENA and Netflix. K-drama blogs kept him trending with still cuts, chemistry clips, and character edits, bridging the gap between his darker film roles. Then came the global wave, Squid Game 3, the final chapter of Netflix's biggest non-English franchise. It broke records, and his performance pulled him into international coverage, fan edits, and reviews, praising him as one of the most grounded new additions. But he kept going. In July, he headlined Wall to Wall, a psychological thriller about housing pressure and paranoia, another global lead in a socially charged horror. And to close out the year, he appeared in the feel-good friendship film The First Ride, showcased at the Cannes Film Market. 2025 wasn't just a busy year for Kang Ha-neul, it was the year he cemented himself as one of Korea's most versatile and visible actors, a true all-rounder who can do anything. 10. Park Bo-gum. Some actors make their mark with one big hit. In 2025, Park Bo-gum did it with 2, and added major ambassador roles that pushed him into national brand territory. He began with When Life Gives You Tangerines on Netflix, a quiet, emotional romance following Ae-sun and Gwon-sik from 1950s Jeju into adulthood. Bo-gum plays Gwon-sik with calm, grounded sincerity that hits hard without needing big scenes. The drama blew up worldwide. Critics loved the writing, direction, and performances. At Baeksang, it led the ceremony with 8 nominations and 4 wins, including Best Drama. Park Bo-gum was nominated for Best Actor. His second hit was Good Boy on JTBC and Prime Video. This time he played Yoon Dong-ju, a former Olympic boxing champion turned detective. Fast, funny, full of action, a complete contrast to his gentle Netflix role. In 1 year, he pulled off the perfect split, a prestige romance and a crowd-pleasing action hit. Awards followed. At the Blue Dragon Series Awards, Tangerines won the grand prize for streaming content, and Bo-gum accepted on behalf of the team. He also won an Upbit Popularity Award, standing beside IU as one of the year's most loved stars. Then came roles only a few actors ever get. In April, he became the first male Hallyu cultural artist for the Hanbok Wave project. In July, Korea Tourism Ambassador. In September, Incheon International Airport made him their honorary ambassador for 3 years. These titles are government-backed and tied directly to Korea's global image. That speaks to his reputation more than any rating or review. Media summed it up. Several outlets called 2025 the year of Park Bo-gum. With 2 hit dramas, award recognition, global buzz, and national ambassador roles, they were absolutely right. 9. Yeom Hye-ran. If anyone defines Korea's supporting actor S tier in 2025, it's Yeom Hye-ran. every prestige project wanted her, and she spent the year doing two things: breaking viewers emotionally in one of the decade's most acclaimed dramas, and stealing scenes in Park Chan-wook's festival and box office giant. Her TV crown comes from When Life Gives You Tangerines on Netflix. She plays Jeon Gwang-rai, the exhausted Jeju mother of Ae-sun, a woman stretched thin by poverty, gender expectations, and a daughter who refuses to shrink her dreams. Her role isn't huge, but it's devastating. Reviews called her a tear trigger, the kind of performer who can ruin your night with a single scene about debt or disappointment. Awards bodies agreed. At Baeksang, Tangerines led all dramas, and Yeom Hye-ran won Best Supporting Actress. At the Blue Dragon Series Awards, the show took the Daesang, and she won Best Supporting Actress again. It reached a point where viewers joked that Best Supporting Actress on TV in Korea is basically the Yeom Hye-ran category now. Then she showed up on film, in Park Chan-wook's No Other Choice, one of the year's most talked about movies. The black comedy thriller premiered in Venice to strong reviews, opened Busan International Film Festival, and delivered Park Chan-wook's biggest Korean opening ever. It passed 1 million admissions in 5 days and was pre-sold to over 200 countries. Put together, her 2025 is almost unreal. She wins every major supporting actress award on the drama side, then gets nominated for the same category in one of the year's most important films. 8. Joo Ji-hoon. After closing out 2024 as the mysterious shop owner in Light Shop, Disney Plus's biggest Korean original premiere of the year, Joo Ji-hoon rolled straight into 2025 with Netflix's first original medical K-drama, The Trauma Code: Heroes on Call. This wasn't just another drama. The Trauma Code dominated global streaming. Within 10 days, it hit #1 on Netflix's global non-English TV chart, logging 11.9 million views in a single week and topping rankings in 17 countries. Domestic buzz was reportedly 2.5 times Squid Game 2 levels. Viewing hours for debut week, 32.6 million. Netflix is already exploring seasons 2 and 3. Critics and awards bodies lined up behind him. The Trauma Code was hailed as a standout, praised for its mix of medical tension, action, and social commentary. The awards tell the story: Best Actor at Baeksang, Best Actor at the Blue Dragon Series Awards. The drama also took Best Drama, double wins across Korea's 2 biggest ceremonies. On the public side, Ji-hoon climbed from 6th to 4th in drama actor brand reputation in just a few months. And 2025 isn't just about one hit. He's already locked in massive upcoming projects, co-leading Disney Plus's 2026 fantasy romance The Remarried Empress, and leading ENA's political survival noir climax as a star prosecutor, navigating a brutal power cartel. In 2025, Joo Ji-hoon is sitting at the center of Korea's global drama ecosystem. One mega hit, awards in both hands, and heavyweight projects already in the pipeline. 7. IU. Here's the thing about IU. You think you've seen her peak, and then she shows you another level. 2025 was that year. Her biggest swing was When Life Gives You Tangerines, a Netflix original that seemed like a quiet period drama at first, then exploded into the series everyone talked about. IU played a dual role: Ae-sun, a fierce dreamer growing up poor in 1950s Jeju, and Yang Gyum-myung, Ae-sun's daughter. 2 characters, 2 emotional lives, nostalgia, heartbreak, resilience, all carried by one actress. Global media noticed. Time, Entertainment Weekly, Teen Vogue. Outlets across the board called IU the emotional center of Netflix's biggest tearjerker of 2025. The show quickly positioned her as one of Netflix's defining Korean leads. Awards season backed that up. At Baeksang, Tangerines earned 8 nominations, the most of any drama, and won Best Drama plus several major categories. IU was a frontrunner for Best Actress, but her true crowning moment came later. At the Blue Dragon Series Awards, IU finally won Best Actress, the long overdue win fans had been waiting for. And she still wasn't done. She hit #1 on Forbes Korea's Power Celebrity list, officially ranking as the most powerful Korean celebrity of the year, across music, TV, film, and entertainment. Media openly called her the queen of both K-pop and K-drama. In 2025, she proved exactly why. 6. Choo Young-woo. Choo Young-woo is that actor who grinds quietly for years, then suddenly everyone realizes he's everywhere. 2025 was his year. He stopped being the rookie to watch and became one of the most in-demand faces in K-drama land. It began with one packed slate: 4 dramas, 4 genres, all hitting at once. He opened with Head Over Heels, the fantasy romance that dominated TVN's Monday-Tuesday slot and climbed global charts on Prime Video. As Bae Ga-yeon-woo, the unlucky first love with 2 identities, he helped turn the show into a weeks-long buzz machine, topping good data charts and pulling in Korean and international fans. Then he jumped into villain mode with Mercy for None on Netflix. Critics called it one of the best noir titles of 2025, and his scheming prosecutor became a standout. Add the trauma code and the triple role challenge of The Tale of Lady Oak, and suddenly he wasn't just busy, he was unavoidable. The numbers matched the momentum. In August, he ranked #1 in Korea's drama actor brand reputation, ahead of Lee Jung-suk and Park Bo-gum, with a 92% positive sentiment rate. Awards echoed the same story. Baeksang, Blue Dragon Series Awards, Korea Drama Awards, multiple Best New Actor trophies, and Rising Star wins. His rookie era was officially done. In 2025, Choo Young-woo stepped out of the rookie lane for good and cemented himself as one of Korea's most sought-after actors. 5. Lee Chae-min. 2025 is the year Lee Chae-min's life actually changes, and we mean literally. His turning point is Bon Appetit, Your Majesty, TVN's fantasy historical rom-com that also streamed worldwide on Netflix. He plays King Ye-hyun, a temperamental, sharp-tongued tyrant whose cold exterior melts through food and romance. The drama became TVN's biggest hit of 2025, topped network ratings, hit number, won on Netflix's non-English global chart, and turned him into the face of the show. Korean coverage didn't hold back. Major outlets called him the biggest winner of the drama, noting he joined after another actor dropped out. And from his first scene, he owned the role with a firm voice and commanding gaze. International pieces started asking if he was the next Byung Woo-seok, framing this as the exact moment he leveled up. Then came the numbers. In September, he ranked #1 in Korea's Drama Actor Brand Reputation Index, ahead of Ma Dong-seok and Kang Ha-neul, with a brand index of 4.5 million. In October, the overall actor reputation ranking also put him at #1, beating names like Lee Byung-hun, who is a decade plus his senior. Every outlet summarized it the same way. Bon Appetit didn't just make him popular, it made him the most buzzed-about actor in the country. His momentum and rise in 2025 is the best not just within his generation, but probably in the industry. You literally can't leave out the guy who spent fall 2025 sitting at #1 on the actor buzz charts, wearing a crown, and still taking more scripts. 4. Yoona. Some stars quietly work, others explode onto the screen, on stage, and in fashion campaigns all at once. Yoona belongs firmly in the latter camp. The headline, Bon Appetit, Your Majesty on TVN and Netflix. She plays Yeon-jung, a modern Michelin-level chef who time slips into Joseon to serve royal cuisine to a tyrannical gourmet king. The show started at 4.86% nationwide, climbed steadily, and peaked over 17% for the finale, one of TVN's highest-rated dramas ever. Netflix viewers were just as obsessed. It hit the top 10 in 93 countries, racked up over 43 million hours watched in its second week, and claimed #1 for 2 consecutive weeks on the global non-English TV chart. To call it popular is underselling it. This drama was literally trending everywhere. But 2025 wasn't only about that drama. She led the thriller comedy film Pretty Crazy, showing just how hilarious she can be one second and heartbreaking the next. Fans and non-fans alike were surprised by this new side of her, proof she's willing to keep growing. Recognition kept reinforcing her position. At the 46th Blue Dragon Film Awards, she won the Popular Star Award alongside names like Hyun-bin and Sun Ye-jin. She cemented herself as one of the industry's trusted hosts, returning as MC for the Blue Dragon Series Awards and carrying the show with the ease only long-term pros have. International fan meetings followed, proving her fanbase grows every time she headlines a hit. 3. Hyun-bin. Hyun-bin didn't just have a good 2025, he had the kind of year that made the entire industry stop and say, yes, he really is that guy. It started with Harbin, the biographical action thriller that turned him into a one-man box office event. The film opened December 24th, 2024, and simply refused to budge. It stayed at #1 for weeks, passed 4 million admissions by January 11th, and ended with almost 4.9 million admissions, and around $33 million worldwide by mid-March. Korean trade outlets labeled it the first major Korean blockbuster of 2025. It sold to over 100 territories. Even international magazines like Marie Claire called it one of the standout Korean films of the year, crediting Hyunbin's performance as the reason it hit so hard. Awards back that up. At Baeksang, Harbin won the Daesung, the biggest honor of the night. Hyunbin was nominated for Best Actor, putting him right at the center of the prestige conversation. Then came the Blue Dragon Film Awards in November, where things became historic. Hyunbin won Best Actor for Harbin, cementing it as one of the strongest performances of his career. The year also set up his next chapter. He leads the upcoming Disney Plus series Made in Korea, a 1970s political action thriller reuniting him with Harbin director Woo Min-ho and pairing him with Jung Woo-sung. He plays Baek Ki-tae, a ruthless, ambitious businessman locked in a clash with Jung Woo-sung's relentless prosecutor. In 2025, Hyunbin didn't just stay relevant. He dominated the box office, swept awards, powered global campaigns, and set the stage for one of his most ambitious roles yet. 2. Ji Chang-wook. In 2025, Ji Chang-wook is the definition of an actor in demand, fronting Disney Plus's biggest Korean thriller while lining up a cross-border romance and a Cannes-launched blockbuster for 2026. His main project is The Manipulated, Disney Plus's flagship revenge action thriller adapted from his own 2017 film Fabricated City. He plays Park Tae-jung, an ordinary delivery worker framed for a brutal crime who claws his way back through a ruthless revenge arc. The show landed instantly. In Good Data's weekly rankings, The Manipulated debuted at number 3 among all dramas, and Ji Chang-wook entered at number 1 on the actor chart. By mid-November, it held number 1 on Korean OTT charts for 2 straight weeks, sat in the top 4 worldwide on Flix Patrol, topped Kinolight's trend charts, and even pushed Fabricated City back to number 1. 2 on platforms. On Naver Open Talk, it passed 1.14 million participants, the highest engagement for any entertainment title at the time. His pipeline confirms how sought-after he is behind the scenes. While The Manipulated airs, he's already locked in 2 heavyweight projects. First is Mary Berry Love, a Korea-Japan romance confirmed in November 2025. It'll stream on Disney Plus and Nippon TV, with Ji Chang-wook playing Lee Yoo-bin, a Korean space planner whose career collapses, opposite Imada Mio as a strawberry farmer. Then comes Colony, a major virus thriller from Yeon Sang-ho of Train to Busan and Hellbound. Introduced at the 2025 Cannes Film Market, it's positioned as one of Korea's biggest 2026 releases. Ji Chang-wook stars alongside Jun Ji-hyun, Koo Kyo-hwan, Shin Hyun-bin, and Kim Shin-rok, a cast built for global audiences and a director known for international hits. 2025 shows Ji Chang-wook anchoring a massive Disney Plus thriller while securing a Pan-Asian romance and a Cannes-launched blockbuster next year. 1. Lee Byung-hun. If 2025 had a main character, it might actually be Lee Byung-hun. While most actors fight for one big project a year, he ran 2 awards campaigns simultaneously, one dominating the Korean box office, the other sweeping international festivals, tributes, and Oscar conversations. First came The Match, a biographical sports drama where he plays Go legend Jo Hun-hyun. The movie opened at number 1, crossed 2 million admissions fast, and became one of Korea's biggest homegrown hits. Netflix pushed it globally, putting him front and center. Critics backed him too. Best Actor nomination at Baeksang, Best Actor wins at Bill Film Awards and Director's Cut Awards. In any normal year, that alone would crown him the industry's prestige MVP. But then Park Chan-wook showed up. Enter No Other Choice, a dark thriller, a corporate satire, and Lee Byung-hun at his absolute peak. It premiered in Venice to an 8.5-minute standing ovation, then jumped to TIFF where he received a special tribute award. It became South Korea's official Oscar submission, broke pre-sale records, opened at number, won domestically, and earned raves from BBC and Variety. At the Blue Dragon Film Awards, it swept 6 major categories. This was Lee Byung-hun in full art house legend mode, completely owning the year. He hit top 3 in actor brand reputation in October and stayed high through November, proving the Korean public was locked in all year. 2 films, 2 campaigns, 1 actor running the entire game. In 2025, Lee Byung-hun didn't just have a career year, he reminded everyone why he's been at the top for decades. So those are the actors who absolutely ran 2025. booked, busy, and basically unstoppable. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they dominate 2026 too. But tell me this, who did I miss? Drop your picks in the comments with receipts because I'm ready to be convinced. And since we already brought up Chang-wook, before he became one of the most in-demand actors in K-drama history, did you know he was doing part-time odd jobs just to survive? Click on this video and let's talk about how he went from struggling to pay bills to becoming the superstar everyone's fighting to cast.